Welcome to ELVPrasad Techzone. Those who are visiting my channel first time, please subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications when new videos are uploaded. Let us get into the topic differences between Hadoop 1.0 and 2.0 architecture. As we had seen the videos related to 1.0 and 2.0, how we overcome 1.0 disadvantages and limitations 2.0 that we had seen. Now let us clearly see what exactly the differences between 1.0 and Hadoop 2.0. Here mainly the name node and secondary name node and data nodes are there in Hadoop 1.0 architecture, and within the name node we have job tracker, and within the data node we have task tracker. In case of Hadoop 1.0. So in case of 2.0, here name node and standby name node and data nodes it's same, but within the data nodes we have a change like node manager and application master and container. And in case of Hadoop 1.0, MapReduce takes care of cluster management as well as the data processing. But in case of 2.0, resource manager like yarn, so it's take care of cluster management and also scheduling job. And data processing happens in the MapReduce phases in the data node in case of Hadoop 1.0. Whereas in case of 2.0 also, that happens in the map and reduce phases only, means this data processing. But here inside the container this will happen. We had seen the hierarchy, like within the data node we have a node manager is there, and within that application master is there, within that container we have a map and reduce phases. That is the major difference about the data processing. And in case of 1.0, last transaction details, so after the checkpointing that we would be losing in case of the name node failure. But in case of 2.0, that issue was resolved, and so synchronization between the name node and standby name node is always takes place, and by maintaining a edit logs in the journal node. So, and heartbeat of data nodes would be taken care by the name node in case of Hadoop 1.0 architecture. But in case of Hadoop 2.0, here zookeeper service is introduced, which synchronizes name node and the various data nodes in the Hadoop cluster. And a default block size in case of Hadoop 1.0 is 64 MB, and there is some space wastage is there, meaning that, so for example, if the data will be partitioned across various data nodes in the cluster, and here for example some data in one block it is less than 64 MB, for example some 50 MB data or 40 MB data is there, but remaining 20 MB is wasted here. But the same thing here, default block size in 2.0 is 128 MB, but there is no space wastage. So means in the same case, like for example here 128 MB is there. For example, data partition or data we are getting in the block is only 100 MB, 28 MB is there in this main. So this can be utilized in some other way. So there is no space wastage in case of 2.0 architecture. And it supports 4000 nodes in the cluster, and default replication factor is 3. Here also it is 3 in 2.0, but it supports max to 10,000 nodes in the cluster. And so here 1.0 supports MapReduce tools only, but in case of 2.0, in addition to MapReduce, it allows streaming, graph, and Spark, etc. And storage in Hadoop 1.0 is HDFS, that we called as a Hadoop distributed file system. But in case of 2.0, it is HDFS2 file system. And Hadoop 1.0 supports only Linux operating system, but in case of 2.0, it supports Linux as well as the Windows operating systems. So these are the major differences. We'll discuss more related to this Hadoop and big data technologies in the coming videos. Like, share, and subscribe to ELVPrasad Techzone.